another episode of Crocheting in Random Places. Today I'm at the Seattle Center in Seattle, Washington, and I am going to crochet a granny square in emerald green. The reason I chose emerald green is because this is the weekend of Emerald City Comic-Con, which I will be going to tomorrow, and I'm going to do a little bit of cosplay crocheting while I'm at the convention. So we're going to start it here at the Seattle Center, hopefully get the Space Needle in the background, because when I'm finished with the granny square, making it 12 by 12 to match all the other squares I've done for each month throughout this whole entire year so far for this series, I plan on sewing this to the center of the granny square once I get home, because it'll be a lot easier to hand stitch this to the yarn back at home, so I'm not stabbing myself on accident. Plus this will take me a while. So today we're going to find a place and start crocheting this month's square. From Seattle. It's a couple days later and I am finished with the square. It took me a little while because I hand stitched the patch on with thread. What I did is I used a fabric fuse to stick it to the yarn, to the crocheted square, and then I set a really heavy book on top of the patch area for 24 hours. That's why it took me so long, just to make sure that it was nice and fused in place. And then I took the green thread and I hand stitched, and that took me several hours to do, because I would do a little bit, then I'd stop, take a break, because my thumb started to hurt from pushing it. Even though I used a thimble, it still hurt to hand sew because the patch is a little thicker than what I'm used to. And it's a fabric patch that's on felt, So if it was an actual iron-on patch, it'd be even thicker. I couldn't use an iron-on patch on here because the yarn is acrylic, and if you apply heat like that to this, it would melt the yarn. So that's a big no-no. So I used the fabric fuse and then hand stitched, and it turned out really great. I love the iron-on patch, or I guess it's a sew-on patch. I found this on Etsy from artist Eli Wolf, and that's ELIWOLFF. He's an artist that lives in Bothell, Washington. Does incredible art. So he does patches like this, stickers, and other things. I loved the octopus wrapped around the Space Needle. Thought that was perfect for this trip because I spent a little time at the Space Needle area at Seattle Center crocheting the square. That's where we started, and then we ended at Emerald City Comic Con, and that's also why I used a green. I tried to find as emerald green as I could to represent the Emerald City, Seattle, and Emerald City Comic Con. I think it turned out really pretty. I love the yarn. It's really soft. It's the Lion Brand Heartland yarn in the color Kings Canyon. I ended up buying 2 skeins because I wasn't 100% sure if one was going to be enough or not, and I didn't want to have to try to color match and find the same thing at a later date. So I bought 2. It's always better to have more than you need than not enough. And so I still have a full skein that I haven't used yet because I still have part of the original one that I rolled into a ball left. I was thinking if I could figure out how later in the year, like maybe a winter project, try to learn how to crochet socks. Because I think this would be really lovely as socks. It's nice and soft. It's a good weighted yarn. And it's just a really pretty kind of Christmassy green color. It would be a wonderful project for the winter. So that's going to go in my bag of to-do things. We're going to try to learn to crochet some socks. My Yarnet that I bought from Amazon worked wonderful as a holder in the car, in the cup holder. Loved it. I bought this on Amazon, and it's incredible. It fits right in the cup holder. Look at that. It holds a ball of yarn. I did have a slight issue when we were walking around the Seattle Center around the Space Needle. It popped open and my yarn ball rolled out across the ground. And that was kind of embarrassing and all the things and kind of gross. So I had to cut off some yarn and get rid of the dirty bits. Pete helped me out. We had to rig it shut so it wouldn't keep opening. It kept popping open as I was walking around. So the clasp area is not ideal for walking around. So we took an old card that he had in his wallet, cut it down, and shoved it in the clasp area, and then pushed it up in there to lock it in place so it wouldn't pop open. And that worked brilliantly, and I didn't have any more issues. It's unfortunate we had to do that, but in a pinch, it worked because I didn't have any tape or anything to tape it shut. And I needed a quick and easy way to be able to open it when we were at the convention so that I could put my project inside of it while I was walking around. So, yeah, I think in the future, this will just be used in the car in the cup holder to hold the yarn, so my yarn's not rolling all around the car getting dirty. So yeah, it's not going to be anything that I'm going to want to carry around. I don't know. I may change my mind. Who knows? Anyway, I'm very pleased with the finished square. I hope you guys enjoyed the video watching me crochet at the Space Needle and at Emerald City Comic Con. That was a lot of fun crocheting and cosplay. I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. We have just a few more squares to go before the end of the year, and then I will be stitching all 12 squares together. I don't know if I said it earlier, but each month from the beginning of this year, I have been crocheting a 12 by 12 square in a different location, and I use yarn colors to kind of create a theme inspired by the location that I'm at crocheting. That's why I call it crocheting in random places. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to take each of the squares that I've done, one each month, so I'll have a total of 12, and I'm going to stitch them together to have a blanket, which will be like kind of like a fiber art scrapbook of memories from the year of different things that I've done and different places I've been. I'm really looking forward to the finished project. It's been a lot of fun so far. Can't wait to see the blanket. So anyway, enough babbling. I got things to do today. I'm sure you do as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.